and new Super Luigi Deluxe. I almost did my last year. My bad. Today, you know, today we'll be doing more course than number 2, worldwide / regional and marketing deluxe, and what do you call it? World 9 Superstar Road and New Super Mario Road. No, I should say more. New Super Luigi Deluxe. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too good at getting names for games right. But we're now going to do Feel Insulted. And like always, guys, he's not to harm anyone emotionally, racially, or sexually. And if I have to put up with any of the whining and the crying, I'm not going to have that, and it might make my brain literally implode from information overload. Yeah. So without further ado, please welcome Feel Insulted. And before I start, make sure to leave a like or no joke, they'll scam. Instead of having a nice Easter bunny, you'll have the mean Easter bunny that will take away every Easter basket that you've ever had. So if you don't like it, make sure, because Easter's coming up in 2 weeks, so make sure to leave a like. Hit the like button, or you will never get an Easter basket ever again. So yeah, do it. So without further ado, please welcome Feel Insulted. Here we go. Okay, Google, insult me.
You seem to be addicted to my insults in a British accent. Are you always this stupid, or are you making a special effort today? What do you think? Can you take a few more?
One more.
You want more? Don't you need a license to be that ugly? In fact, you are so old you heard the Big Bang itself. Can we both admit that you like being insulted? How about one more insult?
One more.
Oh sure, you want one more. Why are you playing so hard to get when you're already hard to want? Wanna hear one more?
No.
Not very smart, are you? I cannot understand what you just said. Just admit you're a loser and I'll insult you again.
I am a loser.
Yes, I thought you might want more. You were so ugly when you looked in the mirror your reflection walked away.
One more.
Maybe I did not hear you right. Did you say something? In clear words, say that you're a loser.
I am a loser.
Of course, you need one more. Zombies eat brains. You're safe. In fact, stupidity is not a crime, so you are free to go. Say it, just say it, you need to be insulted again.
I give up.
Womp womp, you're getting out. Come back again if you dare.
Alright, now we're going to do the scary story, so without further ado, please welcome to the scary story. Here we go. Okay, Google, tell me a very scary story.
Did you hear the urban legend about the water spiller of '96? So I have a friend who has this uncle that knows a guy that was there when this happened. Apparently, some maniac went rogue in a circuit city and started spilling water on all the electronics. It was a massacre. The scary part is, they're still out there.
Alright, so if you remember Friday, I don't remember this, but that stream did not do so well because why? Well, it completely went out, like in the middle when I was playing Marketing Deluxe. Or it could have went out when I was switching to more information to work. No, I think it was a Marketing Deluxe because I think it showed the footage. Because I mean, this channel has, 2020. It really hasn't been a good year, but for this channel, I think with me being in quarantine, this might help my channel a little bit more. I mean, I try and stream 4 days a week, when we're trying to get everything else done, it's going to be a really weird. I mean, I'm still going to try to make sure we get every stream done before we enter our 3rd year. And I mean, we're near the end of our 2nd year. I mean, I might talk about that before, maybe a year anniversary video before the year anniversary stream, because there will be a video probably released on the day of 2-year anniversary. And I mean, last year I should have done a video, but since I was stressed out with my whole junior ring ceremony last year, I wasn't around the time, even though I was still talking a lot sometimes during the streams, I wasn't really as active during the streams back then. I mean, you probably remember that a year ago, almost a year ago. I mean, I really started getting like a little bit eerie about it around, I would say, mid-April. Around April 15th when I realized, oh, no. I mean, when I saw it, I told you this story many times. When I saw it in 10th grade, because that was the first time I had ever heard anything like that. And it was like, okay, what's this? I watched when they're practicing, I watched the end of it, when they were walking out, and I was like, oh. And I did not think, almost a year later, that we were going to have, the incident that happened. I mean, it's quite rare that you have, we have a small history of this happening before this, but I mean, usually nothing, I don't know, but I mean, it's still something I'm trying to figure out to this day, and you just don't really know, like, is it going to get worse, is it going to, I mean, I just knew it was like, about the time when I hung up the chat for that day, right when I hung it up, I wished it was on camera, because that was crazy. All the alarms I had for the ring ceremony just started going off. Everything was like going off, and it was just loud, like, it's how you ever, like the NOAA weather radio noise. I think if you own a NOAA weather radio, it sounded exactly like that. And I was like, oh no. I mean, at that point, I was like, well, this is it. And I mean, after that, I was like, you know what? This is gonna be a clown show. Oh, that stinks. I mean, I'm pretty sure back then it was like, at that point, I was like, well, I'm giving up, because I was like, there's nothing I can do to stop it, because this is April 25th, the day before. Literally probably about less than 12 hours. No, about a little bit over 12 hours. Probably about 16 hours before the whole fiasco that I knew. I mean, it was, I think it happened at about 10:45, so this happened at about 6:45. Okay, so 6:45 April 25th, 2019. It's probably went around the time. This is a little bit accurate. Like everything that I just found checking over, like, the thing is, I couldn't even turn it off. Because how loud. I mean, it was like the loudest beeping noise I've ever heard. And it was like, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. I didn't say like ring ceremony chaos. It was something I never heard before. And I think it did that about 2 weeks before. Because I remember, I think it almost did it during the stream, and I caught it. I mean, it was like right before I went live. I mean, I wish that was on camera, but that would have been a highlight for 2019. It was like about 2 weeks before. I mean, it was probably about from that Wednesday, so probably about like April 10th, maybe, is when it happened. It was like within a week or 10 days. I mean, it was probably about the, wait, was it the, I think it was probably about a week. But I mean, it had to have been like, right around the time of the ring, so when I following the videos that I reacted to, that was around the time, about a week before that is when I first saw him, and I was like, what the heck? Back then I was a little bit skeptical, but it was like, that was October is when it was really active. It was like October, November. The big months were September, October. I don't know what happened, but it's just basically you have to just realize that. Once we start getting into the April and May of 2020, it's just gonna start. You just gotta realize it's just gonna start getting even more. The heck? Okay. No. Yeah. Then what am I supposed to do? Okay. No. Well, cause this was pretty much. I think there was something else that happened. A little bit before, because you probably remember when I was just about to go live. I was like, I didn't feel like live at all. You probably remember that one time. And this story has been it's just weird to see how it all plays out in the end. At this point, whatever happens, I can't. There's the whole lead up. There's a whole lead up to this entire thing. And once you get about 2 weeks before is when you really gotta worry. Because it can just, things get really crazy. And that's when you start seeing a lot of things change. It doesn't really do it at first, but as you go through those 2 weeks, things start to change a little bit. You have like the small changes, then you have a big change. But the 2 days before, it's like crazy. It's like things are going off. It's like sometimes things don't even work. And I remember when I graduated from 8th grade, they didn't even warn me. Till like the day before, I forgot about it. And this thing was old and it didn't work. I didn't. There's just certain things that I just don't care. And graduation ceremonies, ring ceremonies just don't really go well with TGS on the Deluxe. And I think you know what it is. I told the story when I've been violated by a stupid picture. I wrote literally almost had an intensive crisis. Is it a fun phone that I should have? Wow, that's pretty pathetic. Didn't even get the gold thing. And yeah. 15. Oh, alright. One more. I think we should have been. That level took forever. Alright. Really, that has to be the most pathetic thing I have ever seen.
Yay!
I mean, I would say it had some more like the 3D. I mean, I had most of the Mario stuff with you. And you probably know because I streamed some of that stuff, right? Right, it is now time to switch to Mario Kart Deluxe. I'm gonna exit, and we're gonna go ahead and switch to Mario Kart Deluxe. And we got a new. Try to use this new card from that I saw from Nico Baby. I think he's streaming Mario Kart right now, so. Pipe frame. There we go. We got 11,000 and everyone frame. I mean, I think this lobby will be manageable. Alright, now we're gonna switch to New Super Mario. New Super Luigi Deluxe. And dang it, I did it. Alright. Second, no.
Here we go! Woohoo! Here we go!
Ice Fire. One power up, but Nintendo doesn't really use for the mainline Mario games anymore. I mean, they quit using it. It hasn't been in a Mario game since I think New Super Mario Bros. U, the original. I mean, this is just a port of it.
Here we go! Here we go! Yay! Here we go! Yay!
That didn't last very long. Okay, you go. You're fired.
I guess I'll have to be my own boss now.
Okay, you go. You're fired.
Fire. Hot.
Oh, dang it, hold on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start ending things off right here. And so I'm going to thank you guys one more time for watching. Stay tuned for the stream on Wednesday. And with that being said, guys, thank you much for watching, and there will be more to come shortly. With that being said, thanks again, guys.